Hey, good morning, folks. My name is Raj, and here I am. I'm going to talk to you about something which the world has been talking about for the last few years with a little difficulty, but I'm going to make it easy for you. It's going to be about Bitcoin, and more important, it's going to be about blockchain. Blockchain, a technology that's going to be changing every aspect of our lives. One of the most disruptive technologies of this year and going further. Now, all of us know a lot about blockchain, don't we? No, not really. We know a lot about Bitcoins because that is very exciting for us, isn't it? A lot of people whom I meet, and I meet a lot of people in a day, they confuse Bitcoin with blockchain. Well, it's not the same, isn't it? Do you really know what the difference is, guys? Do you know Bitcoin and blockchain synonymously used but are actually very, very different? Let me, in this little next few minutes, try and explain to you how and clear some misconceptions. First of all, it's very important to know how Bitcoin came about. That's the most important thing. Why did it come? I mean, what was the need for a new currency, a digital currency? We have all our currencies. Why the hell did this come and where did it come from? What was the need? Let's find out. 2008, a lot of you probably it's many years back, 2008, what had happened was America was facing a global meltdown. The financial markets were really burning. They were shaken up because of a lot of financial scandals which took place during that time. 2008 was a watershed mark, not only for the USA, because the repercussions were felt not just in the United States, but globally. Yes, globally. There was such a lot of things. Lehman Brothers, Anderson, a lot of large organizations just shut down because of financial irregularities and loopholes in the financial system. Now, somebody will say, well, so what happens? Well, in the background, somebody was finding out what could be the way out. How can we trust the financial system or have a better system? So, in 2008, October 31st, Bitcoin white paper was published on their website. What was so unique about it? It was unique because it was the first of its kind, where it said, listen guys, you don't need a bank, you don't need a middleman, you don't need anybody to transfer an asset from here to there, from me to you. Wow, that is amazing. It actually shook the fundamentals of the financial systems. You don't need a bank, you don't need a credit card, you don't need a PayPal, you don't need Google Pay, nothing. Wow, that's something strange. But the best part is, there's a guy called Satoshi Nakamoto who has been credited with doing this, with putting up this paper and doing all the research and putting up a system. Satoshi Nakamoto, my friends, is a pseudonym. It's not a real person. There is no real person by that name. It's rumored that, well, there was somebody else, but he put a pseudonym because he didn't want to get in trouble with the authorities. Somebody will say, all right, this guy's making a parallel economy, he's creating a parallel currency. So there's a lot of things happening. So he said, I don't want FBI trouble, I don't want CIA trouble, I don't want any trouble, but I'm going to put this paper up for the world to know that there is a chance, there is an opportunity. And that's what he did. Another interesting point is, he really didn't want to create the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin came more as an afterthought. What he really wanted to prove was to have a system which works without a middleman, peer-to-peer. And to prove it, he created a digital currency so he could show the transfer. And the rest, as we say, is all history. Today, Bitcoin has outperformed every other asset. Do you know how much it is worth today as I'm speaking with you? It's $19,000 plus and growing. That's massive. It's grown 260% just this year itself. Wow. Imagine if you had pre-COVID days, you had invested in Bitcoin, you would have become a millionaire by now. Yeah, well, doesn't matter. You'll still get chances. Plenty of other currencies also. Another thing, let me give you a little trivia about Satoshi Nakamoto. You should know that. Satoshi Nakamoto, people rumor, since he's not a real person, who had these brains and the muscle money to get all these things together. Well, there is a very strong rumor, and again, it's a rumor, that four very large organizations, four of them, got together to create this entire system. What were those four companies? Samsung, Toshiba, Satoshi, Nakamichi Corporation, Naka, and Motorola, Moto. Satoshi Nakamoto. That's how Satoshi Nakamoto got its pseudonym. That's what a lot of people, a lot of us believe that. It's not an individual play, it was something created by them because it was in their benefit also. They were all large organizations in telecom, in communication. That's why they had the brains, the money, the wherewithal to create that. And there, 2008 was the paper, and in 2010 was the first transaction. When it was Bitcoin was used to buy two Papa John's pizzas. That's the first transaction of Bitcoin. And now, do you know, there are almost 3.5 million transactions on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies every day at an average. That's an average. Imagine that. It's only grown in 2020 after COVID. People are using that now as a great hedge against any other investments. If you ask, there are a lot of people who say, people ask us, what do you think about Bitcoin? Is it going to be there? Blockchain, is it going to be there? Gold, dollars, people ask us about this. I say gold, well, gold is there for as a legacy, it's always going to be there. Dollars in the next 20 years, we don't think so. Bitcoin, blockchain, yes, that's the power of this digital currency. Now, why is it so powerful? People say, well, we don't know who we are trading with. It's faceless, nameless. Is it something to do with money laundering? Is it something to do with something dark world, under the dark side of the web? Frankly, that was the misconception. But actually, it's not. It's absolutely not. It created the fundamentals. And mind you, Bitcoin rode on a platform that was called blockchain. So let's put it this way. The blockchain became the highway, and the Bitcoin was the car that is driving on that. There are several different types of cars, bikes, trucks, everything that rides on the highway. So therefore, the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency became just one such vehicle. The highway remains blockchain. The principles of blockchain have been applied, and we got blockchain because of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin applied those principles. Therefore, they are synonymous, yet they are completely different. What are the three things or four things which has really made Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies the craze that they are? And mind you, it's a craze because a lot of people invest without knowing what to do and how to do it. What is important? It is immutable, it is time-stamped, it's traceable, and most important, it is decentralized. These three or four concepts, what we use, the underpinning platform being blockchain, are the four pillars of blockchain on which a lot of other products, solutions, and services were built. That's why Bitcoin, in its way, is the father of blockchain, or you can say it's the blockchain which is the father of Bitcoin. It's your perception, your POV, your point of view. Talking more about Bitcoins, we trade on it, people ask us a lot, but bottom line is, guys, don't trade unless you really know about it. It's just like any stocks. You study it, understand it, and then do that. Cryptocurrencies. In the same breath, I say, Bitcoin is the most popular, which is what you've heard of. Can you name 5 more for me? Can anybody name 5 more cryptocurrencies for me? Most people cannot, because Bitcoin is synonymous with cryptocurrencies. It's just like when you go and buy a chocolate, you say, I want to buy a Cadbury. The same way is Bitcoin. But do you know that there are more than 2,000 different cryptocurrencies right now being traded? And it is said that there are even more than that, 5,000 cryptocurrencies floating around across the world. The more popular ones are about 1,600 still. So if you go to a Bitcoin exchange, you will actually see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, you name them, there are so many of them. 1,600 actively traded cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin is not your only bet. Another very interesting point about Bitcoin and what's making it a very hot commodity right now is that the last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. 2140, the last Bitcoin will be mined. There will be no more Bitcoins anymore after that. That's why there is a demand. That's why there is a surge in the pricing. So if you think you've seen the bull side of the cryptocurrencies right now, it's beginning now. Now, before I wrap this up, let me tell you one more thing. Bitcoins are used every day, and they are used in different real world applications of blockchain. In my next couple of episodes, I will talk to you about how this has translated into a technology that is changing the whole world. It's a disruptive technology, and disruptive technologies come once in about 20, 25 years. The first one was internet. So today, blockchain today is what the internet was 25 years ago. I'll sign off with that. And if you've liked what I've said, and if you want to know a little more about that, including a little bit of trading, like this video, subscribe to this, put your stuff in the comments, write down what you'd like to know. I'll make sure that you get an answer. I'm more than happy to answer you guys. Enjoy yourself, and build yourself block by block. Build your currency block by block. Build your talent block by block. Thank you guys.